the president is unfit for the office he holds. That's not a partisan judgment. It's a charge leveled by leading members of his own party. The Constitution gives us a way forward, moving the debate out of the court of public opinion and into a rule-bound process for resolving it. That's why Congress needs to act now and open an impeachment inquiry. This wasn't the argument that I set out to make. Before I came to the Atlantic, I taught history, and so when I wanted to understand this moment, I looked to past political crises. 3 times before, Congress has moved to impeach a president, with Bill Clinton, Richard Nixon, and Andrew Johnson. As I delved in, I realized that pundits have overlearned the lessons of Bill Clinton's impeachment, which backfired on his accusers, and entirely forgotten the real significance of Andrew Johnson's. We need to recover the real story of Andrew Johnson's impeachment because it offers the best evidence that the current president must be impeached. Johnson came to the presidency in 1865, just after the Civil War, when Abraham Lincoln was assassinated. At the time, the Atlantic called him an autocrat, egotistic to the point of mental disease, who had become the prey of intriguers and sycophants. He was plainly unfit for the office that he held. He believed that America should remain a white man's republic, and he stood in open defiance of laws and constitutional norms. In effect, Andrew Johnson had chosen to surrender the gains of the Civil War, standing instead with ex-Confederates and denying Black Americans their hard-won freedoms. The question was what Congress would do about it. When Johnson abruptly fired his Secretary of War, the country trembled on the brink of a new civil war. Telegrams were sent to bring 100,000 Union Army veterans to Washington to oppose him. Then, Congress did what the Constitution demands, initiating impeachment proceedings against Johnson, taking the conflict off the streets and into the halls of the Capitol, where it belonged. Johnson was impeached in the House of Representatives and then tried in the United States Senate. He was ultimately acquitted, but even so, the process yielded 5 discrete benefits, bringing order out of chaos. First, it shifted the public's attention away from the president's provocations and toward his debilities. Second, it preoccupied the president and his senior staff, diverting them away from their attacks on constitutional liberties. Third, it separated the wild and baseless charges against him from those that were backed by evidence. Fourth, it moved the fight to a rule-bound forum, diffusing the potential for violence. And fifth, despite his acquittal, it did lasting damage to his political prospects, preventing his re-election as president. Impeachment is a potent tool. It shouldn't be abused or used to settle disputes about policy. That's what elections are for. But the most serious charges against Johnson, and those facing Donald Trump, aren't merely political disputes. Many Americans, then and now, believe that their president had taken aim against basic constitutional liberties, shown himself unfit for the office that he holds, and proven unable to discharge his basic duties. The Constitution offers us a procedure for weighing these claims, taking them out of the court of public opinion and into an orderly process for resolving them. The lesson of the Johnson impeachment is that even when the Senate ultimately fails to remove a president, impeachment can be remarkably effective.